Hey guys, I figured I should make an up-to-date video on Two-Handed Chosen for small scale and solo roam. There's not really that much info out there for it. If you're wondering about a build for a warband play, you should just go play Sword and Board. I might make a video on that later, but for now, this is just for small scale and solo. So let's get it. So going over the build, it's generally following Rebuff's Chosen Guide from a few months ago with some tweaks here and there. This is what's been working for me. So we are wearing 5-piece offensive salve, helmet, shoulders, gauntlets, belt, and gem piece. Then we are wearing 3-piece warlord. We got the cape, chest piece, boots. We are rocking 2 flesh renders. You could go strength or toughness. It's pretty much whatever you prefer. I just got the 2 toughness ones, so it's just something I'm trying out. Got the Sentinel ring with parry and the Dark Promise Changeblade. For talismans, I have initiative in almost everything. I think I have 2 strength. Yeah, I got 2 strength and just the cape and the boots, but for the most part, you want initiative, because not only does that help out with your chance to be critically hit, but it also helps out your parry. So finally we got the 2 pocket items. It's nothing crazy. I'm just rocking regen and AP. And for the event item, it's kind of a hit or miss. Like, you can't go wrong with anything. I'm rocking something from a couple months ago. Gives me wounds and fortitude, but I mean, you could go with like defensive from RVR rewards or offensive. It doesn't really matter. Generally, as Two-Handed Chosen, it's more beneficial to play into like defensive stats, so I would probably go with the defensive one. So for the Renown, nothing crazy again. We just got 5 in strength, 3 initiative, 1 into wounds. Nothing in these 2. We have max parry, 3 into dodge and disrupt, and 1 fetal strike. So for the abilities, if you are at least Renown rank 70, you're going to max out Path of Dread, and you're going to throw 9 into Path of Corruption. If you're below 70, you can still pretty much follow this. You're just not going to be able to max out Dread. So starting off, you have Oppressing Blows, Relentless, Daemonclaw, Rending Blade, and then Path of Corruption, you have Dawnfall. So Oppressing Blows helps out your crit and causes your highest DPS ability to do spirit damage. This is probably, like I said, it's your highest DPS, so you're going to be using it a lot. Relentless, 3-second channel, doing spirit damage, so yeah. Next one is Daemonclaw. Whenever you parry, it just increases your strength and toughness by 160. Super useful, especially playing parry as well. It's just, you're going to have this on 100% uptime, so yeah. Rending Blade isn't anything crazy, it's just a little ranged AoE that you do that's undefendable. It helps out with kiters or witch hunters going into stealth, and you can just get them out of stealth like that. Just nice to have. And then the last one, you have the knock. You're going to be knocking things down, whether it's like, you know, like a 1v1 and you're just trying to get in those back shots, or you're knocking things down and punting them if you're small scale. So 100% needed. So going over the gear really quick, like to summarize the stats, you're wearing 5-piece salve for crit chance, critical damage, wounds and strength. Good stats overall in each piece with the regen on the shoulders. You're wearing 3-piece warlord. You got regen on chest and the boots, along with parry on both the boots and the cape. For jewelry, flesh renders for solo roaming, pretty much a must if you're going regen build, which this is regen build. So yeah, I got parry in my centering. You can slot regen in that too. It's pretty much whatever you want. I just like the parry. And then you got the saw gem. The stats you're looking at with the current renown that you have spec'd and whatever else. Here are the stats: strength, weapon skill, initiative, wounds, and toughness. Here are the melee stats. Here are your resists and dodge, disrupt, parry. Pretty high fucking parry. And then an ability that you're going to be using most of the time, which I'll go over in the rotation, is suppression, which increases your chance to parry by 20% for 20 seconds. You do that, your parry's at 65.4. Going over the auras really quick, you are rocking strength, resist, and the heal one. Heal one is big, cause 65 parry, this heal is proccing almost all the time. So in addition to your regen with the gear, you're getting regen with this pretty much. So yeah. Going over like a basic rotation, there's not really a set rotation for every engagement you get in. But there are a few abilities that I instantly pop, like right out the gate. A lot of the shit is situational. A lot of the fights you get in, situational. So it just depends on whatever is going on. So generally, I always open up with a snare, withering blow, suppression. You want to proc this as fast as you can, so that way your Daemonclaw can proc. So that way you are up on strength and toughness. After Daemonclaw is up, your strength is going up, and your toughness is going up. And from there, you would go into like I always go Toothless Inch. Increases your damage pretty much into a Relentless. So, I mean, like I said, it's all fucking situational. It just depends on whatever's going on. Like if you're dealing with a kiter, whatever, he's like in front of you running that way, you're gonna try to get as close to him. We'll use Petrify if you're a little bit close to lock him in place into a snare. If he does his, if they do like some sort of punt, or if it's a Shadow Warrior and if they like punt away from you and then snare you, you're gonna like pop your root break and then get in there, do a knockdown, whatever you need to do. Like whatever you need to do to just like stay in the fight for kiters, you're just gonna be using most of the time. Now Relentless, this is like your main one. That's going off whenever you can. You always want to try to lead your Relentless with a Toothless Inch, because like I said, it's gonna cause additional spirit damage when you do it. So there's that. Touch of Palsy, really fucking good. Whenever they move, causes spirit damage. So everyone's moving fucking everywhere. I mean, unless they're smart and they know not to move when they see it on buff head, but yeah. Blast Wave lowers their wounds, causes a dot. You're using your taunt whenever you can for extra damage. Like, the abilities are pretty self-explanatory if you just take a second to look and read. One thing that I can't stress enough is always like shattering. Not a lot of people do it, and it's pretty fucking needed to get rid of like whatever buff they got. So if you ever see your shatter up, always use it. Open up with suppression or a snare, leading into Toothless Inch, into a taunt, and then if you can, like get a knock into a Relentless. That's like your pretty average rotation. For your if you have to play like defensively, if you need to get away from like a fucking gank squad or whatever, or or you're being opened up by like a witch hunter. Let's say you're like knocked down by the witch hunter, blah blah blah. They do burn away lies. You're gonna, the second that you're up, you're popping Bane Shield, and then popping suppression. Lets you stay in the fight. Lets you absorb all that burn away lies shit. Just you have to like understand like how every class works pretty much, and like you'll learn as time goes on like what people do. Like witch hunters opening up on you. Always play defensively on like their go, and then when you're up, you can just get into them. Witch hunters opening up on 2H chosen. If it's a solo witch hunter, kind of retarded because it's, you can't really beat a fucking two-handed tank as a stealther. I mean, this goes for like Wheeze into like sword masters, fucking iron breakers, whatever. It's rock paper scissors, and like for you, we can't really kill like DPS healers. It's just not happening. You can get away with some shit, but like if they're good, 9 times out of 10 you're not killing them. I'll post a video too, of like some of my engagements that I have with people. I mean, I already have a few videos of me solo roaming on my channel, but I'll throw a clip I have with a witch hunter, and it kind of like shows you like what you do like if you're getting jumped. This build can counter almost all melee DPS. It is really hard to beat this build as a melee DPS like White Lion, Slayer, Witch Hunter. It's kind of almost impossible with your fucking armor that you have, especially with Armor Pot and all that regen. You just have such high defenses and whatever, letting you stay alive in the fight, and you're drawing out whatever resources they have. For, like I said, DPS healers, you're not really doing anything against them, no matter what you do. You can get away with some shit, but yeah. Casters, not really an issue unless, you know, your root break is out and you can't close the gap. This kind of leads back into why I like running the AP tactic, because you can pop your flea offensively, and you can automatically just get in there with a snare or a knockdown, whatever you need. While leveling your chosen, it's kind of hard to play solo roam as two-hander, because I mean you have such low renown rank, and then you're not really in bis gear. It'll definitely be a challenge, but you can get away with like rocking defensive gear, probably. I mean you can even wear defensive like Vank gear and get away with it, but two-handed chosen doesn't really shine in solo until you get into Solve, Warlord, whatever. For small scale, you can get away with Bloodlord, and whatever else. It's just best to play defensively as you level, so whatever gear is defensive, you probably want to rock that, especially with like the weapon. I didn't go over the weapon too much, so this is the Dark Promise two-hander. Gotta knock out LV a few times to get it. Just really good stats overall. The procs, especially after the recent update, aren't anything crazy. You don't really care about the procs. It's more so about the weapon DPS, the speed, and the actual stats. I have initiative in mind, so it just helps out my crit reduction and parry. That's pretty much the build. I might make a few tweaks here and there, but what I've like talked about and what I've shown is what I have most success with. Thing is with solo roaming, you kind of have to accept that you're gonna get blobbed at times. Like it just fucking happens. It's whatever. It's part of the game. You'll meet people who are down to duel. You'll meet people who are down to duel and will continue to fight you if another person jumps in. You just have to roll with the punches. For small scale, two-handed chosen is very fucking viable because you're doing so much assist damage with whoever your guard DPS is. Just really good class overall, especially when you get in bis, so. If you guys have any questions or if anything I'm forgetting, just let me know. And by no means am I a fucking like legend at 2H chosen. It's just what's been working for me. I will post a link for the flesh vendor layer in the video description. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Peace.